Hello and welcome back to my channel, or to my channel. Uh, let's get right to it. Let's start with the title of this. I won't monetize this channel because I can't. Um, I see other people saying you can do this and that. I hope my channel takes off. Can't wait to monetize. Some of them are younger, some older, some disabled, some not. And I'm not here to judge them, and I'm all for them, and I hope they can do it and succeed and break out and change their lives or change how their lives are going. I'm glad they have hope. I used to have it too. But hope doesn't pay for Medicaid. It doesn't protect SSI. It doesn't keep SNAP from disappearing when your income spikes. I put out good content. It's not world changing. It's not mass appeal, guilty pleasure content. I'm not that kind of personality. And at my age, being a caregiver, I don't have the time or the resources to devote every waking moment to producing content. I for sure don't have the energy anymore at my age. I do an amazing job, I think, of putting out as much as I do, because that's only because I'm an insomniac. But I'm not going to take the world by storm. I never was going to do that. I never tried to do that. Monetization sounds simple. Turn on ads, start Patreon, sell something. But when you're on SSI, Medicaid, SNAP, SSR, every dollar earned is a liability. So no, I won't monetize. Not because I don't want to, not because I don't need to, because I can't. I'd be reclassified, I really would. I'd have to reapply if something went wrong and the income wasn't there anymore or everything fell apart. I'd have to reapply for SSI, Medicaid, all that, reprove, resurvive. And last time I needed a lawyer to do it. I had to go through an appeal process and finally got it, but I was denied the first time, and most people are actually. I don't have that margin anymore. And even if I earn just a little, say $100 a month, I'd have to report it. And a lot of these sites are automatically reported. If you don't report it, come back to haunt you. It gets counted. It gets counted. It gets taxed. It gets used against me. The system doesn't reward effort. It punishes visibility. I didn't start out disabled. I certainly didn't start out old. I started out along this decline as a caregiver. In the beginning, it wasn't hard. I could still work, still live. I was just assisting. But slowly, caregiving became all consuming. So the needs of the other became too much. And one more appointment, one more emergency, one more year. You never thought it was going to last that long, but it does. It can. And suddenly it was 10 years later. And for me, almost 20 years later. I was older, sicker, broker, and the world had passed me by. I gave up my job, my income, my retirement, my credits, my work credits for Social Security, and everything else because someone needed me. And no one tells you the hidden cost, the health cost, the isolation, the way the system forgets you were ever there. And all the friends and family who said they'd be there for me, for the person I was caring for, they disappeared along the way. Not out of cruelty, just because out of life. They had their own illnesses, their own losses, their own unravelings. The scaffolding I thought I had, it faded. And when it was gone, I was still here, still caregiving, still surviving. And it's not over. I'm still caregiving for my 92-year-old father. And now I am worrying about what happens when there's no longer two incomes in this house, mine and my dad's. His Social Security and my Social Security. Because when he's gone, his Social Security stops. I'll be left with SSI, Medicaid, SNAP. Just enough to survive, barely. Probably not, and for sure not in the same apartment, because I can't afford the rent and the bills on one income. I'm not just preparing for grief, I'm preparing for the collapse that follows. This is very common, surprisingly, with family caregivers. Well, let's say I did monetize. Let's say I turned on ads, launched a Patreon, sold merch, got sponsors. To make it worth the risk to replace what I'd lose, the stability I'd lose, I'd need to earn $60,000 to $70,000 a year from YouTube and all the other stuff. I'd have to do that. That's after taxes. That's after self-employment fees. And after platform cuts. It would have to be consistent. No dips, no delays, no health setbacks. I'd have to be a brand, a personality, a content machine. And I'm not. I'm 62, I'm disabled to some degree, health and otherwise, and not working because I'm still caregiving. I don't have the bandwidth to produce daily content, chase trends, or build a team. I do an amazing job with what I have, but it's not. I'm not going to take the world by storm. I was never going to do that. I never tried to. And I don't have family to fall back on. Most of my friends are gone. The ones left are just surviving. So when people say just monetize, what they're really saying is risk everything for a maybe. And I can't afford a maybe. I can barely afford now. So let's crunch some numbers. The first thing I'd lose is food stamps. SNAP eligibility drops fast when income rises, even just a little. They know how much you're getting before you do. If there's any change to SSI or SSR, they know before you're even notified, and they change your food stamp amount before you even know you're getting less or more or whatever. Then my SSI gets reduced. For every $2 I earn, I lose $1 in benefits. That's before taxes, because the system counts my gross income, not what I actually keep until I file returns, tax returns. So, I earned $400. I lose $200 in SSI. Then I pay taxes. Then I pay platform fees or whatever else charges that I have to do. And I'm left with maybe $150. If I earn too much and lose SSI entirely, I lose Medicaid. And that's the real cliff. I have to get outside insurance with pre-existing medical conditions, higher premiums, co-pays, deductibles. And if my income as a creator suddenly drops, or YouTube throws this little curve like they always seem to be doing, because the algorithm changes or I get sick, I can't afford the insurance. I can't afford the co-pays. I won't have medical care. I won't have prescriptions. I won't have coverage. Getting Medicaid back, that's not instant. That's paperwork. That's waiting. That's months. That's maybe years, depending on. You may have to appeal things, and it could actually take a year or more. Will be denied entirely. So when I say I won't monetize, it's not fear. It's math. It's survival logic. Because unless I'm going to become some rich guy and making 60 grand a year, 70 grand a year, that doesn't make you a rich person or safe. That's not survival, especially at my age. So no, I won't monetize, not because I don't want to, but because I can't. I'm not chasing virality or viralness. I'm not building a brand. I'm documenting survival. I put out good content, not mass appeal, not guilty pleasure, just real. I'm 62, I'm disabled, I'm still caregiving, I'm preparing for the collapse that comes when my father's income disappears and he's gone, and I'm bereft and alone. The system I live under punishes visibility. It punishes effort. It punishes anyone who tried to survive outside its narrow rules. This isn't resistance. It's survival logic. If you're walking this edge too, you're not alone. And if you're not, now you know what it costs to be visible in a system that wasn't built for us. We try our best. We don't want to be in this position. But I'm 62 with health conditions, COPD, and other things. Nobody's hired me. They stopped hiring me when I was 50 for the kind of work I used to do when I'm highly educated. I've got degrees, but I can't really, they don't want to hire me for what I used to make. They can hire idiots to be customer service reps reading off a script and a flow chart who'd have no idea what they're doing. And they don't pay people what they used to pay. And old people, they don't want us. Don't believe the lie that the government's selling. We want to work longer. You know, we want to work until we're 80. No, I don't. And even if I did, what does that mean? A Walmart greeter? They don't even have those anymore in most places I've seen. They got rid of the old people right off. They got rid of the baggers. They got rid of the special needs people. You might find them at some grocery stores. They've been there for a long time. But this is the reality of it. Becoming a content creator, becoming monetized, that puts me more rules on me. There's algorithms I have no idea where they're coming from because they never disclose anything. You could be doing gangbusters with people visiting and new subscribers and all that, and suddenly nothing. Nothing. It's like you're blackballed or blacklisted because suddenly 50,000 views down to nothing. And that's not stability. And at my age and other people, even younger people, if you're on SSI, SSD, SSR, it's not just you're making what you get now as a content creator. I mean, you earn this much, you get this much from food stamps and all this. It's not just that you have to meet. You have to meet the medical and all the benefits you get through that. And if you lose that, you have to pay for it out of pocket. And so you're getting this amount, but in order to compensate this amount, you have to earn this amount consistently and guaranteed. Else, you could lose everything. And that's why I won't monetize. And I'm not selling cups and mugs and t-shirts. I don't have the time being a caregiver to devote every waking moment to this. And even if I did at my age now, with my health the way it is, as much as I put out now, content-wise, I do a lot. I do a lot more than some of these creators who've got 100,000 or 500,000 subscribers. They're just rehashing the same stuff and knee-jerk reaction videos and showing other people's stuff and commenting on it. That's what they do. But they're personalities that I don't have. And even if I had that personality, nobody's going to listen to this old guy when they got some young person over here that's a bit more entertaining. More power to them. I'm not jealous of that at all, but it is what it is. And that's why be very careful when you monetize if you're in the lower income brackets, on government assistance, on all that. If you're older and you're retired now, and you have your retirement, you have all this set up, and you're not on SSI, you're not on all this other stuff, you can make that effort. You can make that change and not risk it all. But when you are, which a lot of us family caregivers suddenly found ourselves in, and we never planned for this. We devoted all this, and we thought it would even out. Nothing we've done counts government-wise at all. Everything I've done for my father has saved the government hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars every year, being an unpaid family caregiver. And that doesn't benefit me in the least. They don't care. Thanks. So anyway, that's where we are with life. That's unfortunately the way it is. Thanks for watching my channel, and I'll see you again at another time.